there's two kinds of wars you can fight. You can fight wars against other states, and most of what they got spending here is for fighting against other states. But I'm of the opinion that just as the government, or all militaries, were big on cavalry before World War II, fighting the last war, and they were big on battleships before World War II, World War II, fighting the last war. Now they're doing the same thing. They're spending $500 million apiece, $500 million apiece on B-2 bombers, $200 million apiece on F-22 fighters, $5–6 billion apiece just on the carriers themselves. And all this stuff is junk. It's all junk. It's useless. The kind of wars we're going to have in the future are going to be open source wars, fought by individuals that know how to hack computers, that understand that when you invest 20 cents for an AK-47 bullet that hits a US soldier, who represents $1 million of training and obligations, your return on investment is incredible. That understands that if you can make the Americans attack some village in Afghanistan with cruise missiles that cost $1.5 million a piece, well, it's a huge return on investment. It costs you nothing, costs the Americans $1.5 million, and it creates 100 enemies for every supposed bad guy they blow up. So the Defense Department should be abolished, basically. And I'd say defense spending, no time to go into what I would do to replace it, I'd say defense spending, so-called, should be cut 90%. Is that going to happen? No, it's not. Just the opposite. There are going to be more wars in the future. For instance, right now, I don't know if you've heard this. Anybody here remember in 1987 the Vincennes incident in the Persian Gulf? Well, that's good. Very few people know that. What happened was there was a US cruiser named the Vincennes that was sitting in the Persian Gulf, and a regularly scheduled airline flight was going from Tehran to Dubai. It took off, was flying across the Gulf, and the Vincennes made a mistake and shot down a commercial airliner. How many people have heard about that? Most of you did, but everybody's forgotten about it, certainly outside of this room. So what are the Iranians finally doing now? They've announced that they're going to put some warships off the East Coast so the Americans can feel the way they feel, having American warships stationed in the Gulf. This is very interesting. This is very interesting, and I don't know what's going to happen because of it, but I don't think it's good. Just having all these soldiers around is a problem. You got to remember, soldiers are loyal to three entities. First and foremost, by far, they're loyal to each other, okay? Second thing they're loyal to is they're loyal to their employers. That's the US government. The third and last thing they're loyal to is their employees, which is the people. That's why all over the world, once you become a soldier, or a cop for that matter, that's why you see them lined up, beating the locals and all that type of thing. The US is turning into a third world country, and that means that the Army is going to be more and more the way armies in third world countries are. They aren't there to defend the borders against aggressors, because war no longer serves a useful purpose in today's world. It really doesn't. They're there to suppress the people, and that's what the US Army is turning into. So enough said about that.